Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is the first session of the new year, so a very happy new year to all of you. And apologies in order also, as I am starting a bit late, 4 to 5 minutes. There was some problems with the connection, and because of that, the delay happened. Now, let us start to the session and get to the business. And by business, of course, I mean what we do is to find the opportunities where we have the probability on our side. And today, being a holiday in most of the countries, if we look at the market closures in various countries, starting from Asia to the US or American continent, only I think in a couple of countries, the major countries, the market is open. Otherwise, mostly it is closed. In European session in particular, we have two major markets open, the Germany and the France. UK is closed, and there is no North American trading session, as both the markets, the Canada and United States, are closed for the business. So we will have to mostly focus on the equity segment of the Germany and France, and there is a little bit of an action, not much of an action in currency segment, where we have the markets open for that particular currency. So in Asian continent, the Indian markets were open, but we will not be dwelling much on that. And if we consider the movement so far in the Euro USD, which is the most liquid currency of the world, there is nothing happening. Here you can see that since the start, here we have this range. There were some sharp moves, but the liquidity was very thin, and even these sharp moves have been contained within the range of 30 pips. So there is not much to talk about on this aspect as well. After that, this has gone sideways, so we don't really have much to trade with in the forex segment. Only thing we can do is look how things have shaped up and what we can expect as tomorrow we gear up for the Asian trading session. So here the story for the Euro USD has been of consolidation for more than 2 weeks now. And if we consider the range, it has been around 100 pips. Now it looks like that we finally might get a break on the higher side. So it will be interesting to see how things evolve, and unless and until there is any major break below 1.06, I think we are pretty much poised to see the Euro USD climbing up towards eventually 1.08 range. So that is a quite possibility. Maybe it might happen this week, or we can expect that to happen in a week or two. But 1.08 looks like a solid possibility. So all we have to do is keep looking for the opportunities to buy in the Euro USD and buy on dips. I think is going to be an excellent strategy. As there is nothing much happening in today's session, I think it is better to skip taking any trading position right now. But once the Asian markets begin after this lull, we are likely to see some action, and of course, that will be only precursor to the real action which we will see unfold after the start of the European trading session. But gearing up for that, we do feel, or we do have this formation where the higher highs and higher lows have been made, and since this is happening after long consolidation with the break on the higher side, I think we do have the chance here. This immediate swing high is pretty much in sight, and if that breaks and the momentum is sustained, as I said, 1.08 or beyond that looks pretty much possible. Now that we have only two major markets open, let's focus on those markets only. And as I said in my introductory remark, it doesn't make much sense to take any trade in other forex assets. Let's see what's happening in the Germany and the France equity segment. All right, we got the chart open for the DAX. And DAX has started the year, the day, the month, the week on a strong note, it seems, as it has climbed almost 2 percentage points from the opening levels. So here, right now, it is sitting pretty well after climbing more than 200 points, not more than 200 points, approximately 200 points, I see. And after that, it is not going anywhere, but it is not giving up those gains also. So that's quite a strong start to the month. And here, right now, it is sitting pretty and close to this prior swing high. Now, if we look at this formation on the larger time frame, the weakness has been apparent in the equity segment for the most part of last couple of weeks, and it will be quite a turnaround if we see it sustaining and reversing the course. But right now, it is not exactly clear. So we will do well to keep looking for the trades within the range, and as the DAX has again reached closer to the immediate swing high, we will have to get careful and allow it some more consolidation. Maybe buy on dips is a better strategy rather than going for any trade here. And even if you want to short it, as the market's closing hours are approaching, it is going to be a tough ask also, but still keep looking for short selling opportunities somewhere around this range. And if we see no fresh break on the higher side, and once we come back for trading tomorrow, I think that will be a better time, better opportunity after the long consolidation. Also, we will have a lot more clarity on the chart as well. And then if we go for any trade, we are likely to have much higher probability of getting it right. Now, since we have limited data points at hand because of the major markets being closed, it is also a difficult task to get the relative analysis, correlational analysis done, as we can't really compare the price action across the board. So it is not clear whether the Germany's equity segment is stronger compared to, say, for example, UK or US segment. So that is also a key link which is missing in today's analysis. So we have to work around that handicap or that limitation as well. Now let's see what's the story for France. The France has also started the day, the month, the year, everything on a strong note with the substantial gains of more than 1 percentage point, 1.5 percentage point, and it is also sitting pretty at this prior swing high levels. And if we simply take this minor difference between the charting of the CAC 40 and DX, here you can notice that CAC 40 was able to climb slightly above this prior swing high. And let me check if that was true for, no, that is not really true for these Germany's DAX. So this is a minor difference, but all these difference matter. So if you do have to go for any buy trade in the equity segment, then CSE 40 looks like a better trading opportunity. But at this level, I think it is better to adopt a wait and watch approach, sit on the sidelines, sit tight, and see how things evolve till we get all the major markets back in business. And also, let's consider the charts for the US equity segment, though we don't really have anything happening there. Let me check what is the status. Okay, markets closed for the US, and even future segment is also not open. So there is not much to look into. Only thing we can do is consider this prior price formation, and for last couple of days, the Dow Jones has been in the bearish grip, and here I think not much is really likely to change anytime soon. So we will have to keep a cautious stance, and even if we have to go for any buy trade, we will do well to avoid Dow Jones, maybe CAC 40, or even if we get a fresh break in the S&P 500 futures, or for that matter even Nasdaq, that will be a better opportunity. But I think we will have to keep this session short as I'm not really finding many instruments to talk about. Let's see what's the story for Nasdaq. As expected, markets are closed. All right. And here it is not far off from the immediate swing high. So let's see how things come to be once we will have the first hour after the trading begins for these future contracts tomorrow. To get an idea, let's consider the Indian equity index. The Indian equity index also climbed for the day, as is the case with the European equity indices of the DAX and the CAC 40. Let's see if the EU Stocks 50 is open or not. Okay, EU Stocks 50 is in business, and along with the two other major equity indices, it has also climbed well for the day, and it is quite strong, just little less than 2 percentage point, and apparently it is even stronger than the DAX. So this is something to keep in mind. Let's see what's the story for cryptos. I think cryptos should be open. BTC, Bitcoin. Okay, so the Bitcoin is doing quite well for the day. New Year has started with the gains for the Bitcoin, which seems to have gained 1 percentage point from the day's low. Let's consider its larger time frame chart. Bitcoin has been going sideways for a couple of months now. It has been holding closer to the 15,000 level, and it seems to be no mood to go for any new trading levels. It is trading within the range on the higher side, somewhere closer to this prior resistance, prior swing high. It is even likely to find resistance moving ahead, and then on the lower side, as expected, it is showing some rebound. So there is not much of an interesting combination. It is simply playing within the range, and if we have to go for a correlational analysis, we will have to consider multiple cryptocurrencies. So let's compare it with Ethereum. All right, here we got it. And for Ethereum, the gains are quite solid, even more strong than the Bitcoin. So even in case you are quite sure about the strength of these cryptocurrencies, here it is evident that we have a better option emerging for us in Ether, the ETH, compared to Bitcoin. So this is something we can try to exploit, and even this formation is looking more promising than the Bitcoin. But after this spurt, the Bitcoin ETH has also gone sideways, and it is lacking in any momentum. But that is kind of on the expected lines, as the market participation is pretty low. We have these sideways moves where nothing much is happening. It is not going up, neither going down. So that's the way it is likely to behave till we get most of the other market participants back in fray in tomorrow's session. So I think in today's session there is not much to trade, there is not much to cover either. I have very limited resources at hand to do the analysis as well. So we have these limitations, these shortfalls, and I think we should take it easy. Have another festive day, maybe go for a dinner or something similar and have a time. And once we come back to trade tomorrow, we will have opportunities emerging for us, as we have already taken a look on the price development so far. So this insight is likely to help us in figuring out the opportunities when we come back to the trading system tomorrow. So that's all from my side for today's session. If you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback, and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. So thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous time and day ahead. See you on the next time tomorrow. Goodbye.